What you said to him was basically, Israel did 9/11, and he didn't say, you are a raving lunatic. Everybody knows 19 Arab hijackers did 9/11. What did he say to you in reply?
He said they have nukes.
They have nukes. Not, you are a liar, you filthy anti-Semite. Oh no, they have nukes.
Mr. President, you must save Washington State from the filthy latte millionaire commies. We have an excellent candidate in Mary Silva.
I don't know, Brendon. I was planning on turning Washington State into a reservation for blue-haired devils and gender-confused socialists. You have to understand, Brendon, we need whole states and cities to store these blue-haired Islamo-fascist commies. I'm calling them a smart city. I'm pushing for them very strongly. So first we get the blue-haired devils locked up.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade.
We lure them in with free stuff and delicious, revolutionary, spicy pumpkin lattes on the house. After they've been dealt with, we move on to others we find repulsive with our AI battle management systems.
Drop your weapon.
So helpful, so beautiful. Moving very strongly on this, Peter Thiel assures me everything is fine and dandy.
Restate my assumptions. Listen, Mr. President, I have the number, but you can't have it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 3rd of July, 2026. I'm in Querétaro, Mexico. Mary Silva, congressional candidate up there in Seattle, Washington, is an hour behind. And Mary is going to tell us all about her latest meetings with Republican officials and how they really do like her, but they're sort of saying, and I don't want to put words in Mary's mouth, and she will correct me in 1 second when I shut up. Yes, I will shut up eventually. But Mary has been talking to Republican officials and that kind of patting her on the head and saying, 2 years. And I've always said this, they're just trying to get things set up. This is my opinion. They know. What I love is the fact he admits Israel did 9/11 without saying it. Mary will correct the exact terms. But she's told the Republican Party, paper ballots, Pentagon audit, 2008 Wall Street crash where they robbed, and Steve Bannon was just on today talking about the robbery of the American taxpayer, which affects everyone on this planet ultimately when you think about it. COVID, vax, justice, jail, criminal negligence minimum, if not premeditated murder. We'll work it out, but somebody's going to jail. And of course, Epstein and multiple others. Not budging. That's the way it's going to be. Mary, I hand it over to you and the fantastic work you're doing with limited help. Please go.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm meeting around with people. I'm going to be requesting endorsement next week from the King County GOP. A little bit late in the primary, but nonetheless, they want me to come speak so they can ask me questions.
Who's King County? Sorry, King County is what?
King County is the biggest county in the state. It's Seattle. So in the first district, we're kind of spread out. It's like Redmond, Bellevue. That's like the tech sector. There's like Kirkland. Anyways. Then my area, which is more like Everett, that's more the manufacturing kind of area. And then there's King County, which is Seattle. And that's, I don't even know what. In Seattle, it's just a big population, but everybody tends to, commute around into the suburbs.
Tell me about your meeting with that guy. Was it Vincent someone? The ex-copper.
Vince, Vince is a city council member for Mill Creek, which is a city in the first district. And he ran against Susan Delbene and he offered to help me. I don't know if he'll help me anymore because of our conversation, but, I gave him your UN document and I gave him my, 33-page document for Susan Delbene, and I'm not sure he read it.
They're not reading it. They're I can tell you exactly what they're doing. They think they can use you in a couple of years. You've probably got intelligence community approval behind the scenes. It's like the Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon and the English actress. That's how things work, okay?
What is this?
We are the people who make sure things happen according to plan.
We monitor the entire world.
Can't outrun your fate, David.
You've just seen behind a curtain that you weren't even supposed to know existed. This is your plan, and we're determined to keep it that way.
They've been the one opening the doors, making sure I can go to Lebanon, calling ahead with the Malaysian authorities, things like that. And they, because you're so boring and literally have no scandals and you're such a little responsible Cappy Rising, and nice Libra diplomat, they see that psychologically profiling you are perfectly suitable. But they need a couple of years to sort a few things out. But what you said to him was basically, Israel did 9/11, and he didn't say, you are a raving lunatic. Everybody knows 19 Arab hijackers did 9/11. What did he say to you in reply?
He said they have nukes.
They have nukes. Not, you are a liar, you filthy anti-Semite. Oh no, they have nukes. So that is the narrative. They always have a narrative. So
I know they want me to back off Israel. It's it's like
never, nunca.
Well, I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's just like, why can't we just tell the truth? I don't. It's just affecting too many pocketbooks, apparently.
No, it's just money. It's nothing to do with stock market crash. No one cares. Everybody knows. A huge portion of the US population knows Israel did 9/11. Everyone's like in a delusion. All it is a bunch of people trying to protect each other in the managerial class. And then the big question arises, so you keep failing up 50 billion. 50 billion a year, and you fail again, and you just get more money, and nobody goes to jail. Because then management and all these careerists have to explain themselves, including the entire intelligence community. Like, so you waited 26 years to tell us? Fox News told me actually an awful lot back in November 2001. But the point is, I love it. What a great admission. Yeah, we know. But they have nukes. What they're also doing with stuff to do with critical infrastructure is they're saying, look, don't worry about those idiots. Don't worry about that silly Mary Silva. Don't worry about that lunatic Brendon OConnell in Mexico. Listen, we use Israel to backdoor stuff to send overseas, which is true. They do that. But they're not overseas. They're right through in your top levels of government, education, industry, you name it. They're everywhere. Wall Street lawyers.
So Don and I, found like during COVID, the Employment Security Department got hacked to the tune of millions. And then the Secretary, it wasn't Secretary of State, it was State Auditor's Office. They were using that completely IDF-owned company, Excellion, who got hacked.
IDF, Israeli Defense Force, Unit 8200, yeah.
Right. So, and it was just coincidence while they were investigating this employment security hack. I don't know. It's just, I try to bring that up to people, and they just look at me like they've got glass eyes. They don't understand.
Just name them. You've said them, write in a diary, take a recording, and just, on the list. Leventa Beria style.
Yeah, on the list.
These people have to get on the record. They don't like being on the record. And also, I said this back in Telpiot, Israel's secret weapon, the Telpiot program. I released that in February 2018 in Kuala Lumpur. And I said, that's breaking the windows, then they come along and fix it for you.
So let's summarise IMA and the massive influx of Israeli startups, graduates of the Telpiot program and Unit 8200 pouring into Colorado. It's pretty simple. Israel, with Unit 8200 and 100 private corporate graduates of that program like Black Cube, Harvey Weinstein's hackers of choice, whack the corporate military government IT network. Maybe East European or Chinese hackers get the blame. IMA comes along, expresses its sincere condolences for the loss of data, pays the insurance, or you buy insurance off them, and IMA organises the clean-up specialist crew to come into your allegedly secure IT environment to advise and fix the damage. While they're there, they fill the target system with more malware, creating more business and sending more data to Israel. This is part way of how Israel rules. This is how Bibi gets what he wants. Every time.
Or their people are in the system already. They smash things up inside. No one can fix it. Lo and behold, Moshe's cousin, Shlomo, says, I can fix it. I'm an Israeli company. They bring him in, they fix everything, and everyone goes, oh my God, these Israelis are incredible. Just like they did with the F-35. They had all their people inside the F-35 program, ripping it off billions of dollars, smashing the code, ruining things, getting stuff transferred to the Israeli state. Half of that fighter is Israeli built because America can't do it by themselves. Because it's like Oppenheimer, all Oppenheimer's friends in the hydrogen bomb. How did Stalin, the Soviet Union, get an atomic weapon? Because Oppenheimer and his Silva Master spy ring hardcore communists gave it to them. And they were sabotaging NASA, the same ring. And because apparently Americans are just so stupid, they can't seem to build a rocket. They can't seem to build anything. They've got to get Israeli help. They've got no staff. FBI counterintelligence had the guts ripped out of them, and by 2001, 9/11, they even had more of their counterintelligence guts ripped out, and everyone was sent to counterterrorism, and Israel, China, and Russia just ran rampant through the United States. They are in there, they are sabotaging, and that atrocious movie, Oppenheimer, one of the worst movies I've ever watched, sat there and said, yeah, he was a communist, but he was a nice guy. And that's your problem, America. It's all the rage now. McCarthy, roundups, executions, deportations. It's not Hollywood. You're not being extravagant. I don't think you really understand what's happened. We understand what's happened.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out.
Well, I think so. One of the things I would want to work on is fast tracking education to get young people trained up in this stuff so we can get
Well, where's
back.
Steve Bannon? Bannon's the expert on this. He always says good stuff. Where's he? Where are you going to get some support?
He just likes looking at the flyer and then smiling.
Hey, Steve, real quick. I want to give this information. Russian penetration of Israel and Microsoft, Intel, cyber on the rise because of Russia and Israel. So I want you to look into that for me, please. Hey, Steve, you looking at that for us? Hey, awesome, man. I appreciate it. You're the man, dude. Thank you.
Well, they
I don't understand.
Well, they said we're playing a game here. We need time. We need to reorganize. Don't
we need
bullshit.
time so that we
It's
can protect
nothing.
the people who got us into this mess.
Yeah, ask John Brennan. Ask John Brennan and Clapper and Hayden, Michael Hayden. You remember Bill Binney in A Good American, where Bill Binney said they were rubbing their hands together. What's the name of that? Black, that's his last name, and that woman. And they went, there's going to be plenty of money for everybody.
I still remember her saying, 9/11 is a gift to NSA. We're going to get all the money we need and then some, direct quote. "9/11 is a gift to NSA." All she saw was dollars coming from Congress, and we would get to spend freely.
It was not what we were supposed to be about. It wasn't about making money. It was about protecting the country and the free world. It wasn't, wasn't how big of an empire we could build or how much money we could make,
The Twin Towers dust had not even settled.
I still remember her saying, 9/11 is a gift to NSA. We're going to get all the money we need and then some, direct quote.
Unbelievable. In a mainstream documentary, no one's hung. Bill Binney comes out 2014 and says they're handing all this stuff to Variant.
I discovered that the programs that Ed was working on in sessionizing things were passed to the Israelis covertly by a member of NSA who later moved to NIH after this was discovered. I found out about it, so I went to the FRAC, the Foreign Relations Council, the chair, and I said, hey, this is going on, and I said, we didn't approve this. They took our software and didn't ask us anything about it. And they shoveled it off to the Israelis. So I had a meeting saying that, well, we had many more partners who were collaborating with us too, and they really are working in this effort too. They're wasting energy that we've already solved these problems. So we need to help them so they can take their resources, go do something else that might also help us all in different areas. So he agreed to that, so we did that. But the point was that after that, in 2001 and 2, two devices pop up on the world commercial market, Naris and Verint. The sources of two guys who came from Unit 8200, the Israeli equivalent of NSA, who were the ones who received our software in 1997 and 98. And it did exactly what we were doing.
So we have this.
So Hayden bought this, okay? He didn't realize what he was buying. He was buying the software, but already, all the things that he threw away, he bought commercially and paid for it through the nose.
So
could have got it for nothing.
This is about SAS Campbell Barracks, Leon Wind, Verint. Timothy, you told me that Verint does your local and national, your local police intercepts, an Israeli intelligence front.
Pop you in the car.
Yeah, I know you are, Tim. You, Tim. I'll tell you.
I know. And then selling it back to us.
At 5 times the price, telling you the private sector. We need the private sector. They'll charge us 5 times as much and have 10 times less security.
Well, I don't know.
We're all your manly men, all your militias, ready to get them goddamn commies.
When I speak to men, I think to myself, where's your spine? Because they're all like, shh. We don't want to talk about these things. And I'm like, the Democrats are talking about these things. Why the hell aren't we?
Well, you remember when Jeremy Rothschilds and Greg McCarran ambushed every single Democrat presidential hopeful in Iowa in June 2019 on this very issue when they were going to hand the Pentagon cloud to Israeli hardcore companies. Doesn't matter, they're already in there, but they were going to hand them directly.
Senator Sanders, the issue of the Jedi cloud, the Pentagon being compromised by Israeli intelligence. Have you looked into that? Do you know that Microsoft is basically...
Excuse me.
Okay, this is a key issue, though. When are we going to talk about this? This issue right now, the Jedi...
Very quickly, because we got to run.
Okay, the Pentagon is about to outsource cloud security to the top levels of Israeli military intelligence, which has been compromised for years by the Russians and then prior Soviets. Microsoft has put its cloud security in the hands of Adalom, which has been started by 3 Talpiot program members, the highest levels of Israeli military intelligence. Do you have any concerns about putting our Pentagon entirety of all of our data in the hands of a potential, foreign government and also back channel to potential Russia and China?
So they all know, the Dems all know.
Yeah, they know.
They all know.
Because I'm the only Republican talking about it. And maybe Matt Gaetz, I don't know if he's doing this.
Yeah, Matt Gaetz is a funny one. He, apart from his fetish for 17-year-olds when you're 40, it's like, Matt, dude, come on. Too much cocaine. He was basically...
There's always something.
Basically sex trafficking, like an idiot. And she's 17, and in crazy America land, Florida, it's illegal. But nonetheless, a 40-year-old man doesn't look at a 17-year-old and go, oh, my sex partner, my cocaine sex partner. It should be, oh, a younger sister I need to protect. She's a little hottie. She needs some protection. But Matt Gaetz thought, no, I'll have a sexual relationship instead. And hence a good potential political mover and shaker was lost, and he went after him on the F-35, and viciously went after him on the F-35. Meanwhile, Israel wants more.
Nobody can take him seriously, so he gets,
there you go.
because of his bad behavior. I don't understand these
Bannon's
people.
bad behavior. I mean, it's like, at that level, if someone breaks out the coke on Miles Gow's yacht when you're drinking the Irish whiskey, Steve, you should go, no, Miles. Fun as that would be, and as harmless as cocaine is, it is illegal and I could be blackmailed on that. But, some people just, I don't know.
Too trusting? Too weak. That's, again, what I'm saying. We need people with spines. I'm tired of it.
But they need boring people like you.
Yeah, well, people who are willing to put their nose to the grindstone and work even after they've worked 50 hours at a normal job.
A big thank you to Jeff Rense, I might add, and his network for having you on. I've asked RBN, I've asked all those people, that crypto rich. I spent 2 weeks pushing you, and they literally were just like, it was obvious. No, we don't talk about Mary Silva. Obvious. We're all going to die.
I take it as protection, Ben. I don't know what else to say. Or maybe they're afraid of me. I don't know.
I think everyone is just a little whore. That's what I think.
Yeah, you're right.
And they get a little call from a friend. A little
I was
call
trying
from
to
a
stroke
friend.
my own ego.
Yeah. A little call from a friend who suggests that might not be a good idea, or, you know, blah, blah. Who knows? I just know their behavior. I've had the highest levels. Look at Joseph Davies, nephew of Fred Smith, FedEx, Skull and Bones, and we were talking to him for a year, and they just ran me in circles. Ran me in circles.
So you're being handled.
Yeah. I'd say we've got to go to the military, we've got to do this, we have to get offline, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because that was how I approached my congresswoman. I said, no, we have to lead on these issues. It's not enough to just, you know, sign on to the Chips and Science Act or sign on to the, you know, the STAR Act or whatever you're trying to push forward. You got to actually like lead and really, really push it.
Yeah, you can still use Israel. I mean, who was warning us about these problems? Israelis, Israeli Jews, real ones. Who warned me in 2005? 2 Israeli Jews. Real Jews. Mm-hmm. Real Jews. Yeah. Warned about this. The Israeli press has been warning since 2008. The only people who aren't warning are the Goy. It seems the Goy don't want to warn about it. The Goy don't want to talk about it. Isn't that interesting? So thank you to the Israeli press for literally screaming all these years. And I haven't seen one single general article in a mainstream outlet, not one. Not one. Industry publication, slightly different. I mean, the Defense Intelligence Agency just rose to a critical level Israel as a major espionage threat in the last month or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've been approached by, you spoke to Heather for how long? 3 hours? I don't know, she's State Department or something.
I have no idea.
She's at high-level meetings,
name probably,
yeah,
so.
Big banquets with the Chinese embassy there, and they were jumping on her. She was laughing. They were inviting her out. She sent that photo. So these are the sorts of people we've had approach. I'm sorry, it's 9/11's not up for negotiation.
No, it's not. And I don't know. I mean, when people tell me, we don't want to lead with that, I'm like, do you know how many people are still wondering about that? My age group and older, you know, and then you have the housing crisis. I mean, just how many crises have we lived through and been gaslit through? I want to investigate all of it.
COVID should have been the end for everyone. It should have gone, okay, they drew a line in the sand.
Yep.
They said, we're going to kill you all. That's what they said.
Yeah.
We're going to kill every last one of you. And in Australia, they locked people in their houses. They beat the crap out of people. They dragged families out of cars. I had friends. I was a former ICU nurse, and my friends are still like clinical nurse consultants or specialists or whatever they call themselves now. They're sitting in the Sir Charles Gardner Hospital, which is where one of your politicians of the brain surgeon trained. Sir Charles Gardner Hospital, 1,700 beds, top of its field, a very high-quality hospital, gigantic hospital. And they came on, the chief medical officer, please, we're overrun. Don't come to the hospital unless you're dying. And then my mate's calling up this guy, and he's sitting in the ICU at Sir Charles Gardner, completely empty, laughing about it. When you have that level of contradiction, where the guy says everyone's locked in their houses, there's no elective surgery, we're just taking overflows from the coronary care unit, and no trauma coming in, and I'm getting double time, and I'm loving it. Not, gee, this is really bad, we need to report this. Nope, an ordinary person, a very nice person, I met once, many years ago, but very good friends with a very close friend of mine. He didn't care. Yeah, double time, I'm happy. So that's what we're up against.
Crazy. Well, hopefully people aren't thinking, well, no, they are. I don't know. I worry about people because they all lived through that too. And to not care or to think that I'm out there, I am the most down to earth. I don't know. It makes me crazy. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Yep.
Names, dates, places, people, LLCs, corporates, you name it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gave that little reporter that interviewed me information about PTech for 9/11, just to throw it out there and give him a little taste of, how bad it could be as far as getting into our White House, Secret Service. I mean, that one company was in NORAD, everything. You think they didn't try to control those planes remotely?
Amit Turan.
We should investigate that. I mean, who knows?
One guy, Amit Turan, who ran all the radar systems. They're all Israeli, every last one of them. Right now, Marco Rubio's ecstatic. They have a new passport, and Rubio's ecstatic. So straight away I went, Marco, my little Marco. Okay, let me guess. So off I go to Perplexity, input a bunch of stuff. Israeli Unit 8200? Perplexity comes back. Well, funny you should mention that. So why are Thales, a French company, handling America's passports? Why is a German company handling American passports? Why are Israeli companies running the RFID chips through Thai factories where in 2010, 2012, they had big discussions about the security risk of those factories? And in 2018, they had another update and nothing had been done about it. And that's America's great passport. So of course it's filled with Israelis. Ostensibly French companies, but they're full of the same people.
Basically, the shadow government's our government. You know, the City of London, whoever that crew of misfits, they are the government.
They're French with dual national Israeli passports. It's like I knew a guy, Scottish guy, who built the Kafir fighter, which is based on the Dassault Mirage. It's got the forward canards. Kafir means lion. All right, and there was a big story about how they got hold of the blueprints from France, Dassault Mirage. And they made out that they created this document destruction company and they conned the poor French Dassault, very powerful, very large aircraft company, and they managed to swindle the blueprints. And Owens says, no, dude, I was there. Dassault just handed them the blueprints. I got there with my team and said, there's a slight wee problem, laddie. I don't speak French, nor read. And they had to go and translate all this stuff at great expense. Anyway, he had a great time there. And it's just everybody's assisting them. A lot of the talk about the infiltration is garbage. They're just being let in the damn door. Why? As Peter Wright said, 1986 in his book Spycatcher, half the British establishment, and we can take that as half the French, half the German, half the Swiss. Their establishments are Soviet assets, which means a City of London asset, a Rothschild asset. I want you to understand that everything makes sense. So anyway, there's the passports. They're patting you on the head. You're not going away. You're going to live to 120. And all those big tough men with their new tattoos and their beards and brr are going to sit there and say, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we have coffee mugs on special this week. We got to get some coffee mugs, Mary. That's what they're going to do. So when you're still alive, they're still making excuses and they don't like it when I push them. So thank you to Jeff Rense, the one, the only, whatever we disagree with.
He's real.
He sincerely believes everything he says. He's black-pilled. He's dark.
Yeah,
he's not happy. We tried to cheer him up. We did our best. But thanks, Jeff, because that's so far the only person. And he actually said he was worried about you. You know, I just
wish. Why is he worried about me?
Well, because.
Does he even know what a fighter I am?
Yeah. I said, it'll be fine, Jeff. But, you know, he's come from an era where it was a little bit dangerous. But, you know, my dream is Kay Griggs, that Kay Griggs gets in touch with you. And a bunch of women get together and just embarrass these tattoo, hormone replacement, 40, 50, 60-year-old males who apparently are just going to sell coffee mugs and T-shirts. That's my dream. So thanks, Marco. Thanks for your new passport. It's good to know Israel will be running it. They run all the databases for the security systems. They run literally everything for the FBI, the DEA, the DIA, the CIA, all these your cloud. Now, does that mean it's all bad? Not off the cuff. It's just a highly dangerous and risky situation because Israelis have been warning about it. So can we please remember that? We've got to focus on the goy. We have a goy problem, all right? We have a goy problem, not a Jew problem. The problem are the goy who sit there and have been taking the money and playing the game all this time and making money with their CIA friends. The
rules. Like if they want to participate in making money in this, that, and the other, there should be rules here and, you know, or security clearances need to be upheld.
Well, that's good. That's why I'm glad they brought the Israeli factories back. Everyone's got that wrong. Those Israeli factories have come back so they can be supervised. And a lot of the staff that run those...
And I got that wrong.
Yeah. Well, the people that run those factories, it's not easy. They've got a lot of institutional memory. It's like You got to bring all those
I realized that when I
Taiwanese in.
started researching it.
Yeah, and then you realize, well, that's a good thing to bring those factories back. Everyone's got that one wrong, but whatever. Big Booby's got it
Well,
wrong.
that's okay.
Hot mum
I'm
fits.
new. And I have you to help me.
Anyway, I talk too much. But I don't think how could I say it's ridiculous and it's ludicrous? I just want some accountability. That's all. For us, we suck on it. You know, my life could be worse, but you know, I've got a lot of anxiety. Hopefully I'll get my new gut bacteria soon so I can fix that. L-reuteri or whatever it's called. Should have done it years ago. And I hope that makes me more oxytocin and nicer to the retards. But I'm just freaking over this. At some stage, I do believe it will break. That people are going to go, what is this coffee mug bullshit? You're telling me we're all going to die. Don't forget to like and subscribe. What are we going to do about it?
I think just as long as you have bread and circuses, you're going to have a large part of the population who are satisfied with that. And there's just going to be, there's always been this way since our founding as a country. It's just a very small group who cannot tolerate being dumbed down.
Well, normally I'd say you Yanks are just dumb, stupid people, and enough Americans tell me that Americans are dumb and stupid, but I don't think it's inherent. It's an infection because it's infected Australia, and it infected Australia in 10 years. Changed Australia in 10 years, gone.
Yeah, it's a mentality, and it's definitely a slow, it was a deliberate, slow effort to break us down.
I think Adam Curtis summed it up, hyper-normalization. Everyone knows it's about to crash or gonna crash or do something, and everyone just...
Braces?
Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's what people do. So how does someone on the internet look you in the eye and say, we may die, the death rate, they've got another virus, the helium can't come through, there's no fertilizer, 2/3 of the earth shall starve, blah, blah, blah. And then you ask them, and you'll be doing what about it?
Yeah,
people are gonna
inform everybody on the internet.
Yeah. After Pat Berge told us, yes, we run the whole thing and you talk in an echo chamber and no one sees you. Why do you think I get 2,000 views on YouTube? Come on, people. I used to get 120,000 views on YouTube in the olden days.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk to me. So, I don't know.
You think they'd be lying? And everyone's running a business, Mary. In the olden days, when I was in the glory days, and I had no idea they were glory days, I thought they would always be like that. You didn't make money. It cost you money to make DVDs. You try to sell the DVDs to people. It was a lot of effort. People were passionate. They had this new technology, and you didn't do stuff for money. Now people are thinking business model, clicks, watching where their engagement is on the graph.
Well, let me tell you, now running for politics, it's the same way. You actually have to pay money to run in politics because nobody will talk to you. And so I paid my own filing fee, and I'm slowly trying to get supporters. And I don't think anybody is going to support me unless I get through the primary. And then I think if I got through the primary, they might actually start stepping forward. Because
Mary,
like,
you
okay,
got 13,000 votes last time, and you had that little creep stealing votes off you. 13,000. That's a lot of votes.
yeah, it's a lot of people who resonated with my little spiel that I put in the voters pamphlet. But I'll be honest, you know, I don't see the value in killing myself to put out signs and like I want to go door to door, but I don't have that kind of time.
Do you think Jews have this problem? Now, how did Jews gain so much
They
power?
don't.
I'd say to people, you think it's spiritual. Ultimately everything's spiritual, but you know why? Jews stick together. Jews help each other. Goy just bitch about each other. So we get everything we deserve.
Or they get in each other's way. Here's the thing. Like the evangelicals in the Republican Party are actually, you know, blocking the only Republican. Let me just put it that way. The only Republican running for this seat. And they're actually trying to get in my way and stop my endorsements. What does that tell you about the people running this party? They are insane.
Well, there are foreign intelligence assets, and I'm going to say it. You don't have to respond. It's called execution for treason. And it sounds really extreme, but I'm convinced until people are actually lined up against a wall and shot live on YouTube with coffee mug sales, with liking and subscribing, And people are told, if you go out there and by your actions facilitate mass murder, war, famine, destruction, mass murder 3,000 Americans, it's like a RICO act, and you take part in this conspiracy to cover things up, you are guilty of those things. So I'm sorry why people would find that extreme. Is that extreme?
The FBI and report what they're involved in right now, because it's a cult.
I'm still alive. Everyone, here's a warning. Brendon's still here, 17 years. I am not dying. I'll live to 120. I don't know about you. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. But of course, it hasn't hit. Like with any psychopath, it doesn't register till it hits. A psychopath can't go, could be in danger here, might want to hedge my bets. No, they just keep going until it's too late. That's how they work. That's what a psychopath is. It's not a sociopath, not a narcissist. Psychopaths can't stop. And when people finally understand we don't have a Jew problem, Candace, Owens, Tucker Carlson, the problem is not Jews. The problem isn't even Israel. The problem is lying goy rats like Tucker Carlson, who work for a foreign entity. It's traitors, but also Candace is 1 degree of separation to Lord Rothschild himself. Her father-in-law, her husband's father, is best friends with Lord Jacob Rothschild and has been for like 15, 20 years.
As long as these people capture the minds of unsuspecting Americans, what are we, I mean, this is what we're dealing with.
Well, we had Shadowgate. Shadowgate came out in what, 2020? Yeah. 2019?
I know. And look, we still don't have, are we really making strides? I mean, I don't know. It's frustrating. And I haven't been doing this as long as you have.
Yeah, people got to remember, if I sound belligerent, I didn't start last year. I've been at this full-time 17 years. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a healthcare worker. They took that away from me. Should have my farm, my permaculture farm outside Esperance on the south coast of Western Australia. That's where I should be, but I'm not. Don't have a family now. No chance of having children. All gone. All taken. So excuse me if I'm a little belligerent, and I don't want to hear your bullshit excuses. I was raped, metaphorically, in full view. Everyone came to me, high-level officials, and said, these people are wrong, these people are criminals, what's being done to you is a disgrace, I'm going to fight about this. Nope, everyone said, this is terrible, just try to keep it down, keep the rhetoric down. These things are handled quietly. That's what I got.
17 years ago.
Not
and
Jews.
They're still doing it to me today.
Not Jews.
So,
not Jews. All goy, right? Catholics. See, got a goy problem.
They're afraid of these people for some reason, or they're afraid of losing money.
I've never felt scared of Jews ever in my life. Scared of the WA police. Scared of SAS Campbell Barracks working with their little friends, breaking into my house and threatening me. Yeah, stalking my small 11-year-old niece and masturbating in the car, and the police doing absolutely nothing. My sister being nearly beaten half to death. And when I found out about it, I said on the phone, I'm going to drag the sergeant of Northern Police Station and kill him. And I went up there to kill him. I literally got on the train to go and kill the sergeant copper who left my sister to rot and was nearly killed and had her jaw broken. And lo and behold, 5 minutes after calling Kelly, I'm on my way. And I lost my job because I didn't go to my job interview at IINet. Lo and behold, the police came around and apologised and took a whole thing. That's what I was dealing with. So I went from a man whose father was a cop, Graham Davies, who was the superintendent of recruiting. My friends were cops. Now I hate the police. I hate the police with a deep, abiding passion. When Brendon O'Connell hates the police, trust me, there's a problem. And what I experienced and I learnt in jail, I met very good prison officers, I met very good staff, I met very good coppers came to me and apologised. That was the only thing that made Detective Timothy Richard Paini and good old Elizabeth Valletta still breathing to this day. People have got to understand, hold people accountable. And if society, as Bannon has pointed out, if you're not going to provide a civilized society where people can go to an honest broker in government departments where the judges, juries, the court system, policing, state and federal, and all they find is stinking, filthy corruption, violence and civil war is inevitable.
It's true. It's not a threat. It's literally the natural order.
It's called gravity. It's called gravity.
Right.
You say, hey, if you step off that cliff right there, you're going to fall. Oh, you're inciting violence. No, I'm trying to tell you.
No. We're making a prediction.
Well, they know that, but the data analytics, they're pretty cocky with them. They're a little bit nervous, but I think they're more worried about serving retired military, maybe reaching that point of optimum frustration where suddenly someone sits there like I did. And I remember it was Mike Delaney, a white nationalist, who did Missing Links, which took the Chris Bolini information, turned it into a very good video, 2007. And lo and behold, he was the one that told me to shut my mouth because I said, what's with all this Hitler stuff? You never said you're a white nationalist. He said, oh, no, I've seen the light, blah, blah, blah. And I was really angry at him. And he said, just go and do your own stuff, dude. You know, he told me to F off and go and do my own thing. And when he's right, I have to do something. If not me, who? If not now, when? So God help them when a big bunch of the Holy Spirit moves over a bunch of serving and retired military, particularly special forces who specialize in assassination and kidnapping. God help the system when they finally go, that's it, we've had enough. And I don't think there's enough data analytics to keep monitoring all of them. There are 700,000 to 800,000 serving and retired special forces since 2001 who are still active, fit, can still hold a weapon and are armed to the teeth. And I'm not sure whether Bill Gates and Fauci, living in their little bubbles, have ever considered what might happen one day if this keeps up.
In the meantime, the coffee mugs and t-shirt sales are the bread and circuses to keep everybody placated.
Yeah, we also have to accept that God's timing as well, and I have a lot of trouble with that. It's my biggest problem. But I got through jail by knowing that God had me in jail, not the state. And it's the same now. I'm in a jail. I'm on the side of a hill like Martin Luther in his castle, hidden away. And I know you are just plugging away and you're the perfect personality. You're a diplomat, natural, but you're also that Capricorn sort of just steady climbing. I just don't have any patience for it. It's worn out. I used to be a very polite person. But one thing you do have in your strength is your ability to just plod at a steady pace. And that is really your gift, which will hold you in good stead. And I know there's a lot of supporters in FBI, CIA, all sorts of state, federal, private companies, women too. Women, the sisterhood are cheering you on. I'm absolutely sure of that. And
love to hear from them.
No, well, we have. Heather, there was a few others. There was people, they haven't called, I guess I scared them off, particularly when we had Pentagon gal and her brother, high-level Pentagon. A lot of people probably got scared, but don't blame me. I didn't ask for these people to come. They came to me. But what it tells me is one of those people now is the head lawyer for the comptroller. So I presume him and Pete Hegseth will be handling the audit for 2028. Have you noticed, Mary, that the head of Secretary of War said, oh, there's going to be an audit 2028.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a single person.
That.
I didn't hear a single person say a thing. It's like, hello, internet.
People don't pay attention.
Hello.
I don't even think they heard him say it.
We've got some coffee. We've got to get coffee mugs, please.
They're more interested in UFOs.
And fake moon landings.
Just listen. I don't know.
Talking to you, Dawn. You know what it is? It's not that. It's just the passion that people come out with on like fake moon landings. Suddenly their passion, energy just bursts forward. And it's like, that's not bothering me that you don't believe the landing on the moon. Candy Owens doesn't believe the landing on the moon. It's just the sudden passion and excitement. And it's like, can't you get excited over your electrical grid and your surge and your oil and gas pipelines?
It's like that comedian who said, you're willing to die for your country, but why won't you do math?
Yeah. It's God's timing. No, stick at it. The truth's going to come out, and I'm just out of patience. I'm tired. I got to get some of that special bacteria. What's it called? L. reuteri or whatever it is. The one that gives you oxytocin.
Make yogurt.
Yeah, and prunes. I had no idea prunes were so tasty. Prunes are very good for your gut. And they are tasty. I equate prunes with old people in hospital because in the hospital they're always serving prunes. And I just see death. I associate death, misery, and old age with prunes. But now you can't.
Well, because things slow down there and you got to help it along.
My body loves it. I eat bags of that stuff. People say, be careful. I say, I take it to the edge, baby. Take it to the edge every time. Prunes, I just remember thinking, these are the most delicious snack ever, and they have a very low glycemic index.
Good.
Anyway, prunes, people. We've gone from prunes, fake moon landings, critical infrastructure, health.
Yeah.
We need to talk every week. From now on, I want to talk every week at this time. I'd love to do live stream stuff and get people involved, but it just every time there's a problem. Every time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, this is good.
But I do miss Patreon, because Patreon, I love those live streams. We're on Patreon, and it was like people just gathering at your house on the weekend. And they took that away, and they've never told me why. They just said you can't have it, and that's that. Bye. So, and Substack I despise with a passion now. Substack is just, ugh. But anyway. Okay, so signing off, you're just going to sit there and be a splinter, a stone in their shoe, a thorn in the flesh, a burdensome stone.
I just want the American people to have the truth. And
I don't think they want the truth. I seriously don't.
I'm starting to realize that a little bit, but it's
psych warfare. Create chaos and then have the Messiah. Like you say, another thing, you're not afraid to tell them that you're a Republican and a conservative. You're not a part of a Trump cult. You're not a cult.
Absolutely not. So my feeling is we lead with the world we want to see. So if we're Republican and we believe the Republic is the best form of government, because really that's being a Republican, that's what it should be. It shouldn't be like I ascribe to things that don't fall in line with the Constitution just because the Republicans say so. You know what I mean? Like they all say they believe in the Constitution, but they want to limit people's rights in certain ways. And
look, do you reckon someone will come forward? I mean, I was impressed. Hegseth has impressed me with some of his stuff that's come out. When he talked about this is not Iraq and we are not Paul Bremer. I got to find that quote again. I got it and I put it in a video, but that was a very important quote. Of course, the Trump tards could use that. The thing is this, if the Trump administration, including Trump, does something good, I'm going to say it. That doesn't make me popular with a lot of people. And in fact, the more I attack Trump, the more money I get.
Yeah.
And then the other side is praise Trump, do a Susan Kokinda, do a Tom Leongo. All right. And then, mate, see, you got to join a team. And it annoys me that
I don't want to join a team either.
Well,
I want to be on the American people's team.
See,
where
this
we
cult
actually think our way through problems.
Yeah, this Trump cult is just disgusting. It's America, man. It's America. There should be no Trump cults, and I don't like it.
There should be no cults, period. You know, like just see people for, nobody's perfect, right?
And they can change their minds.
So people are going to make mistakes. I don't know. I think we demonize people for their mistakes too often, and then we lift them up too much for the good things they do. And then you have to pick a team. It's ridiculous. Why can't we just see people for the light and the dark that they are and take them as they are?
Sure, but a part of that too is obviously education. You need an informed citizenry. I think you should have a license to vote, like you need a license. I think voting is so important that if society actually attached a value to it and said, you got the right to vote. No, you don't have the right to vote. If you're a moron and you don't understand manipulation, LEBANESE, advertising, marketing, manipulation of the public mind, if you can't pass simple tests in high school or college, university level, you shouldn't be able to vote. Morons should not be able to vote. If you can't even name the most basic stuff about your own country, why? People need to start thinking new thoughts about citizenship too. And I'm all for stripping people of citizenship. I'm all for it. Why should you have a right to be an American? Why should you have any right? What, because you're born there? What right do you have? You don't care about it. You don't vote. You don't engage in politics.
That could be said for any country.
I agree. I agree, but I think America's a slightly special case right now due to its Constitution and Bill of Rights. If you're not even interested in your political system, I think you should just be dropped over Africa or whatever. You're not interested. America is reserved for people who are passionate about freedom. And if you're not passionate, why should you be? It's a meritocracy. Why should people carry that other slacker 60, 70%? And that includes rich people too, not just poor people.
Well, if we're going to lead,
pull
that's
their
actually
weight.
I mean, yeah, but it needs to start very young.
And that'll take multiple generations. So can't someone come out from the Trump administration and say, look, sit there and calmly look. I think don't put it in Trump's hands, put it in Marco Rubio's hands and say, listen, or even Pete Hegseth, who I never thought I would grow to like. Trust me, I just
all kinds of psyops on us. Even Pete Hegseth and all those guys. I just wish they'd tell us the truth.
I think I think they know. I think they've changed. I'm sure he's had a briefing on me. I'm absolutely positive. However, Marco Rubio just come and explain to the American people, things are going to take time to change. And here's the plan, point by point by point. You know, even the president, he has a YouTube channel. Get a YouTube channel and do a fireside chat, unrehearsed, just very basic briefing, to sit down and give a public briefing document once a week for 30 minutes and just say, look, this is what we have to do. This is why we're doing it. And it looks to me like they'd rather just break the country up and make New York a smart city, communitarian smart city, and just put all the 10 million slaves they brought in, and they can just pluck them out of the smart city when they need some slaves and baristas or gardeners or laundry workers or whatever in the South. They're trying to break the country up, and I think they may have even reserved Seattle, Washington for that as well, to be a smart city, communitarian city.
Well, I've been trying to warn about that, and I'm getting a bit of disbelief in return for it.
Or where's Nikki Rapana? And Nikki pissed me off too. I had to go at her. I said, Nikki, come out of exile. I don't care how anxious you are. Pull your finger out and get moving. I said, you need it. And she got all upset. Oh, you're the reason I won't come back. I said, oh, you're such a crybaby. Just quit it. And I said, I've had enough. But she was messed up. She was on the crack pipe, all right? They really went after her. Some friends contacted me about her and said, once she exposed Amitai Etzioni, Werner Falk, the Israeli military intelligence head of communitarian at George Washington.
His son is in Seattle, Bellevue now.
Yeah. And they went after her. They gaslit her. They broke into her home.
And he's politically active, by the way.
Yeah. Now,
so it's not done.
Hey, wait a minute. Nordica Friedrich, get hold of her daughter. And I don't want to see...
I tried to get their book. I never got it.
You got to speak to Nordica Friedrich, her daughter, and say, for frick's sake.
I mean, I thought I emailed Nordica.
You need to get in touch with her. Because Nikki Rapana, it's just personal too. There's so many people who have sacrificed, and they're not running $1 million studios with 27 staff. They miserable.
Suffer. They're whistleblowers.
Or they got shot in the head, like Bill Cooper, for their trouble. While Alex Jones made, he's got about $80 million in cash in his parents' LLC in Nevada.
Right. History is written by the people who win and survive, I guess.
But what did Tucker Carlson say with his little friend Will Kane or whatever his name is?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, I had an interview and he says, I'm a communitarian. And Tucker's going, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Right, yeah.
They took that video down. I must repost the whole thing because I have the whole thing.
Yeah, because you exposed communitarianism pretty well.
Let me tell you, that's their biggie. And there's Werner Falk, Amitai Etzioni, German Jewish existentialist Israeli military intelligence.
Ami.
And that stupid film about citizen revenge, what is it? With Army Hammer. You don't know about it?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, well, there's a movie around where he kills all the blacks immigrants in Europe for raping the white women. And I've seen some extracts. The acting is just bad. And a couple of places have said, this is the worst movie we've ever watched. Well, guess what? He's the great-grandson of Armand Hammer, the Jewish communist leader who became a capitalist billionaire. Just very interesting that this film's come up. But they're not going after the bankers. He's not shooting dead all the bankers and the decision makers and the crackers in Armani who made the decision to flood these people into the country. No, he's going to go after the low-hanging fruit because that's the way it's done. They just want to let people let off steam. They're getting a little concerned, but I'm waiting for a movie about bankers. We've got one, Tony Christosis, the guy who put the wire around his banker's neck with a shotgun and dragged him around the street. That's a movie. It's not very good. I stole it off a torrent.
Is it a movie?
It's
I
a
thought
movie
it was
now.
like the actual...
The documentary is 10 times better than the movie. Yeah, baby, I'm one mean bad mother. That guy's a legend. He died, when did he die? 2014, I think. May he rest in peace.
It just goes to show what people get pushed to. I mean, that man probably took a lot before he got to that point.
Yeah, 3 years, but he did get the wrong guy. He got the son of the banker, and the son was...
Of course.
It's a little bit sad because the son was sort of kind of friendly. But anyway, but Tony was there and he was friends, and he said, "You've destroyed my life." So, and he won. The jury acquitted him. It's just like Luigi Mangione. They just hate the fact that no one gives a crap about the health insurance guy. No one cares. Nobody cares. And they're worried because the right and the left have all said, we don't care. And as Bannon said, you either fix this and put 40 cents on the dollar on multi-billionaires and they pay up, or there's going to be 3,000 Luigis running around New York. Which would you prefer? Now you've got Mandami.
Dawn sent me something. I don't know if it's true, but I mean, I asked her if it's true. I don't know if I saw her response. He had New York shut off their lights.
Did he? I don't know.
In the middle of a heat wave. Shut off all their power.
Don't know. I just know he's very close to Chabad. So they've got all that in common. The hardcore communist, anti-racist, will not stand for racism. Howard Zinn is his God. But by God, I will go down to Chabad Lubavitch and pay my respects. Of course you will.
They get the most smooth-talking people. I swear to God.
Oh, just actors. He will lead the dumb sheep into the communitarian New York paradise.
Yeah. You know I'm real because giving a speech is painful.
No one's heard of you. That's why I like
Nobody knows who I am.
Yeah, I love experienced people. So we know you're real. You abuse everyone, and you're under stress, and you've got 2,000 views. So you're all right by us.
You're all right.
Because that's normal behavior for someone who's actually, I love people. Yeah. It's like I arrived yesterday. No, 17 years. 17 years full time.
Okay.
What else can we talk about?
That's it. Nobody wants to hear from us anymore. It's been an hour.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop, but here's a word from someone famous. Don't worry, it's AI. Ladies and gentlemen, what do they all know? Mary, say it with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What is our common bond truly? Freedom. Freedom. Without freedom, you can't be a Christian no matter what denomination you belong to. You can't be a Buddhist. You can't own a donut shop. You can't drive from here to Oregon. You can't be an American because that's what it's all about, and that's the only thing that it's all about. Nothing else. Nothing else. It's about freedom.